So welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's Sunday. I'm wearing my jumper, and I'm doing so much admin and stuff at the moment. So today's class is all about coming out of your head and coming down into your body. We're going to do abs, hips, and just a really long, steady deepening into our breath as we use our breath to soften into the tightness or the restriction or the holding of us, or even just how we are. So come lie on your back. Come. So lie on your back, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. And then drop your knees wide and bring the soles of your feet together. And bring your hands to your lower belly. And I'm going to walk my ribs away from my pelvis. And just begin by deepening your breath down into the deep front of your hips. So as you inhale, can you drop your breath really low? And as you exhale, can you sink? So as I exhale, I feel this shift in my bones, in my tissues, where I go, I drop into the floor. And getting a sense of the bones of you. So I'm going to find the bones at the front of your pelvis and just push into them a little bit, like with your fingertips. Just feel the bones of you. Every time you exhale, let yourself sink. Really dropping. Like as I exhale, I realize, my diaphragm is holding, and I drop. What is it that holds for you? Where's the pattern of dropping from? Nice. And then just sway your pelvis gently from left to right. So to do that, I'm pushing a little bit into my feet. I'm using my inner thighs and my thighs. And I'm just swaying from side to side. And I'm even going to imagine that I can sway far enough that my left thigh comes to the floor. And as I do that, my foot that I'm moving away from comes to land. So my right thigh drops to the floor, my left foot lands. So my feet have moved slightly apart. Left thigh falls to the floor, right foot lands. I just feel that. So now I'm swaying more and more from side to side. So the next time you drop down to the right, so my right thigh has landed, my left foot is standing, push down into that left foot and just see if you can hover your pelvis 1 centimeter or just make your pelvis lighter on the floor. Breathe into this shape. What is this shape? God knows. I can feel my right shoulder, my right knee. I can feel like, whoa, what is this shape? What is this shape in my body? Nice. Let's go to the other side. So drop the left thigh down, right foot comes to stand, and just see if you can really stamp down into your right foot so your pelvis gets lighter or even floats slightly off the floor. What is this shape? Inner thigh, deep belly, left shoulder. Spine is balancing as we float here. So now begin to travel from side to side and lift your pelvis at the end of the range. So when I drop down to the left, I then lift my pelvis. When I drop down to the right, I lift my pelvis. So pelvis is tilted, the inner thigh is lengthening. Like, what is this movement? Like, just see how do you navigate this in your body? Like, how do we move in new and extraordinary ways and find connectivity and smoothness in this? So if we always repeat the known patterns in our body, we're never expanding into learning. And so learning is where, the neurons that fire together are wired together. So we're wiring new sensory motor nerves together, or sensory nerves and motor nerves. So we're feeling into new patterns. We're trying to connect parts of us. Nice. Come back to center. Pause with your knees wide and the soles of your feet together. So that's really deepened the movement for me now. Now I'm like, oh, I kind of understand how to soften and settle into this movement a little bit more. Nice. Push the sides of your feet into the floor. Lift both hips off the floor, straight up towards the ceiling. And then roll down along your spine. Push your feet into the floor. Lift your hips up. So my soles of my feet are still together. If for any reason your knees or your ankles don't like this, then change. Bring your feet flat. Again, lifting up and rolling down. Nice. Bring your feet flat to the floor. Bring your feet as wide as your mat, or a little bit wider even. And then sway your knees from side to side. And now for me, that rolling in of my thigh down towards the floor is really satisfying. I feel like it is the opposite of the movement we were creating there a few moments ago. And so as I drop down, it feels very satisfying. Nice. So walk your feet even wider. What's the widest you can walk your feet? Like feel the end of your range with your feet wide and just pause there. Can you soften? So for me, there's a tightening into the sacrum. There's a feeling of my deep front of hips. And so I'm just softening into that. Nice. And then drop both knees down to the left and then reach your right hand overhead and just pause there. So my neck is floating. See if that feels okay. And then lean and open into the front of that right hip a little bit more. Breathe into it. You can, if you want, hold on to your head with your left hand. My left hand, no, my right hand, sorry. Did I give that instruction all wonky? My right hand is reached overhead and I'm holding now onto my head with my right hand. And I'm leaning deeply into the front of that right hip. Nice. Come back to center. Feet are as wide as they can go. Okay, so this for me, I can feel the end of my range in my pelvis. And now drop your knees down towards the right and then reach the left arm overhead. Maybe reach down, hold on to your head with your left hand, and then push your left hip and lean into your left hip. Really deepening your breath, softening into the breath. Nice, come back to center. So we're going to travel from side to side. My microphone might be a problem here. Hold on a second. Let's see. Okay, so reach both arms overhead. Actually, no, hold on to your head. Let's see what this is like. Hold on to your head with both hands and then rock over towards the left. Come back to center and then rock over towards the right. And as I travel, I'm trying to lean deeply into my hip as I go. That back leg, I'm leaning more and more into the hip as I go. And I'm even trying to bring my face a little bit closer or my chest a bit closer, and that spirals me more. Can your feet go wider? Can something change in your pelvis? Nice. Come back to center. Bring your feet back to center. Pause. Feel your legs, your feet, your pelvis, your arms, your chest. Nice. So bring the right foot up and rest it on top of the left knee. So this is a known movement. And draw the left knee up towards you. And then just rock and sway and kind of move in ways, whatever way softens the right buttock a little bit more. So that might be where you just rock in and out of the left side. So what I'm doing is I'm just rocking a little bit in, a little bit out on the left side. Moving over towards the right, or smiley knees. Oh, smiley knees actually feels really nice here. So smiley knees is where you pull up on the left, you bring your legs back over your thigh, over your hips, and then pull up on the right. Flex into your foot if your knee is feeling the strain or the force of this. The more you engage your foot, the more safe your knee is. Funny, I'm walking down my mat as I do this. Can you really lean into this more? Make this softer. Bring your arms wide. If you bring your arms overhead, it's really hard because then suddenly you have to stabilize with your torso. Oh, wow, it's really hard. So arms up towards the ceiling or arms overhead intensifies how your torso has to engage. That's really cool. Feel how when your arms are in the air, you kind of head into a little bit like zombie twist. Your arms are slightly moving in the opposite direction from your legs. Nice. Pull your knee up towards you. Has something changed? I'm going to shimmy to the top of my mat. And then start again. Left foot on top of your right knee. Draw it up towards you. Move, connect, sway, lean, bob. Nice. And then smiley knees. Smiley knees with your left foot resting on top of your right knee. And I'm going to really flex deeply into that left foot. And then I'm going to reach my arms overhead. So they could be overhead towards the floor, but my hands are overhead as in straight up towards the ceiling. Over face. Oh, yes, one is overhead and the other one's over face. I like it. How do your arms stabilize your torso? Wow. Or not. How do you make this smoother? How do you make it more connected? How do you feel the whole of what's happening? Nice. Both feet to the floor. Move up to the top of your mat. Stretch your legs out long. Reach your arms overhead and just pause. And just feel, I want to stretch long. Awaken into my body. And then just land. Nice. So bring your thighs together, bring your arms long beside you, and then bend your right knee so that your foot is on the floor and your toes are near your knee. So I've really drawn my knee up towards me. How close to my bum can I get my right foot? And then stretch your leg out long. And then do it again. How close to your bum can you get your right knee? Or right foot? And then lower down. And again. How close to your bum can you get your right foot? And then long. Other side. How close to your left foot can you get your left bum, your left foot? Lengthen it long. So for me, there's this funny, I can feel the flesh at the back of my thigh and my calf pushing into each other. And my muscles are trying to lift, but there's just this structural sense of the size of the back of my leg is restricting the movement. I just feel that. What restricts your movement? Is it the flexibility of your knee, the strength of your knee? Is it the size of your thigh? Nice. And then try both. How do you get both feet as close as you can to your bum? And I have this moment where my feet are just hovering and I'm squeezing, and then I bring them down and then stretch them out. So they're drawing them up, squeezing, and then they land, and then down. Nice. So different direction. Bring the baby toe side of your right foot to the floor, and then draw your heel as close to your pubic bone as you can. But my knee is out to the side, and it's only my baby toe side of my foot that's on the floor. How close to your thigh can you get? Stretch your leg out long. Hold on, cramp. Oh, okay, do that again. So bend your right knee. How close to your inner thigh can you get your heel? Stretch it long. How close can you get your heel? And long. Other side, left side. How close can you get your heel? How close can you get your heel? One more time. Close. Super. Now, bring the big toe side down and bring your foot out towards the right. So right side, your foot is out to the side. So it's the big toe side and your foot slides out to the right. Big toe side, foot slides out to the right. Nice, left side. Big toe side down, left foot slides left. Like, look what happens in your spine. Like, my whole body is trying to side bend to help. I turn into a human banana to try and help this left foot. Oh, nice. Both feet to the floor. Squeeze both knees up towards you and just pause there. Really hugging them in. Nice. Rock from side to side. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Roll into your ankles. And just feel the sense of the motion of your calves as you roll into your ankles. Nice. And then roll in the other direction. Open your toes wide. Squeeze your toes in. Open your toes wide. Squeeze your toes in. Nice. Bring your feet to the floor. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. And then roll your wrists. Make fists out of your hands and roll your wrists. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. How would you roll your elbows? So my fists drop down towards my face, and then they push away from me like I'm kneading a massive ball of dough in front of me. And then in the other direction. It's like I'm pulling something towards me as I do this. Yeah, I can feel a twang in one of my elbows as I do this, so I'm slowing down and really acknowledging the twang. Nice. So when I slow down, there's less of a twang. There's more connection. Nice. Open your fingers wide, stretch them wide, and make fists. Open your fingers wide, make fists. Nice. And then see if you can stretch this. So between the thumb and the first finger, make as much space as you can. Really stretch the webbing between your thumb and your first finger. And then stretch the webbing between your first finger and your big finger. And then the big finger and your ring finger. And your ring finger and your baby finger. So you're trying to stretch the webbing between your fingers. And you kind of, so what I do is I start with the first one of both hands, second one of both hands, third, and then fourth. The third one and the fourth one are less connected. Feel that. First, second, third, and fourth. First, second, third, and fourth. Nice. One more time. First, second webbing, third webbing, Fourth webbing. Oh, shake out your hands. Yeah. Nice. Bring your palms together, glue your hands together, and then bring your hands as close, bring the heel of your hands as close to your chest as you can, so that as you do this, your elbows go wide and then reach up. Just do it a few times. And push your palms together as your elbows go wide. Nice. And then draw a circle with your hands in the space above you. And as I do this, I'm feeling my elbows, and I'm trying to push my hands into each other the whole time. So they're really connected as I circle. And then circle in the other direction. Hands are pushing into each other as I circle. Nice. And then all the way to the right. How far to the right can you go? How far to the left can you go? So I can't actually get my elbow down onto the floor unless I lift the opposite shoulder. So just feel that. Don't lift your opposite shoulder. Just feel the moment where you can't travel any further. I love finding the end of certain ranges. I'm like, really? Is that as far as I can go? That's amazing. And now go as far as you can go and then bring your elbow down. And to do that, you lift your head and the shoulder. So find the end of range and then travel. Super duper. Nice. Check out your hands. Bring your arms wide. Pause. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Walk your shoulders away from your pelvis so that your lower back is flattening because of the length of your spine, not because of your abdominal muscles. And then flatten into the floor and then arch into your lower back. Last movement. So I'm doing the pelvic tilt in, knees wide, soles of your feet together. Flatten down, arching, flattening down, and arching. Nice. And then just pause. Using the deep of your breath to really connect down into your belly. Nice. So stay there. So for me, as I lay there, I could really feel that there was a sense of my shoulders, my wrists, my hands feeling connected. I can feel down into my legs, a sense of connection. And my nervous system feels alive because of the newness of the movements. That sense of, wow, we did things that we had to work out. And so when we have to work something out, we have to be in our bodies, which is a great place to be. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Last day of joy. Yeah, how wonderful. I'll see you then. Be well, be awesome, be epic. And Spiral starts on the 1st of July. Nice. See you then.